Yo, let's get into this DJT update. So we got our recent jibber jab on here, what we talked about. We were looking for a little pullback into the 5-day moving average here. We said maybe we look to get involved if it pulled back and rose, setting a stop up in this area, right? We could see if we use this as a stop, we would have got tagged. If we use this as a stop, we're still in play. Pretty cool stuff. Obviously, I would have loved this to pull back a little bit deeper, but it doesn't care what I want. It actually corrected through time, meaning that it corrected by holding this area instead of by price, which is a little bit more bullish implication. So what we're looking at here is so far we're holding above the week to date VWAP. Okay, we're holding above, the month to date VWAP, and here's our week to date VWAP. So we can see here today, we actually we broke above, pulled back into this week to date VWAP, this green line, and then got back above the daily VWAP, and then pushed in into this previous level of supply that we can't get above. So our key level right now is we got to get above this 50, and we want to really hold above this 45. All right, we can see this VP node right here, a lot of volume at price. Okay. So if we pull this back, we got some levels here at this 46, and that's what we say we want to hold that 45, 46. If we break below that 45, 46, it's more likely it's going to come back and see this 36 area, which we talked about in this last video, was this previous level of resistance. That's where we were kind of looking for it to come back anyways, was that 36 area, and then get back above. So let's delete all this stuff. Let's switch this over to the daily time frame, and let's look at this on the daily now. So we got the year-to-date VWAP high, and we could see from this recent sell-off, we rallied right into this with a bearish engulfing candle at this level of supply right now currently. So this is just pretty much a torture box right now. Our 20-day moving average we talked about is starting to rise. We're trading above, so we get that plus 1 point again. We're trading above the 50-day moving average, and we've still got a little bit of time, 4 trading days right here before we actually start to before we start to actually drop at a little bit more of a significant pace. So maybe some scenarios we see is we could get a gap up right above the year-to-date VWAP, maybe just get some people to chase into this double top, get some profit taken, come back down. Now this area that was acting as resistance can now act as support. Okay, and then we could be looking for that trend continuation to break that level of resistance and get going back above 80. Perhaps we don't gap up, and this year-to-date VWAP continues to act as resistance. Maybe we get a little pullback underneath this 20-day moving average. Okay, we have this little level of support right here, and then could get back above. And that was the scenario we were talking about before. We put this VWAP to this low. Okay, it's at that 20-day moving average, 50-day moving average. So that's a scenario possibly we could say. I would prefer not to pull back that deep. Maybe pull back right into this area, right up in here. This got this VP node. We got a couple VP gaps. Okay. We don't want to get in under this 36. 36, we could start to get trapped. And then get back down to 18. So look at this on the weekly. We got this forward window right here, right? It pushes up, pulls back, creates a new high, pulls back right into that forward window, which previously was resistance. So we want to see this continue to build the base. And so this take a nice ladder up. So now where we have this resistance, resistance could continue to act as support. And that's, like I said, we don't want to get beneath this 36 level, a 35, 36 level. So that's at 38. So we put a Fibonacci from this all-time low. It's retraced over 70% and bounced. Okay. So one thing I want to do, put a VWAP there. Look at these IPOs. Oh, let's get rid of this. So, so we could see now that that IPO, this red VWAP and this green VWAP from the all-time high, we rallied right into that, right up, all up in here, got above it, and now it's still acting on resistance. So this is a pretty clear line in the sand. We get above this level, we want to, we have now, once we do get above it, we have built a pretty big base. Maybe this is a cup and handle. You know, you got the cup. If it does pull back a little bit, right up in here, yeah, you got your cup right here, and then your handle would be right there, cup and handle. If it holds up here, if you want to say this is an inverse head and shoulder, head, shoulder, right up in here, shoulder. But again, on the flip side, we could just do the same thing, and we could say this is the head, shoulder, shoulder. Basically, that's what I did, was invert the chart. Head, shoulder, shoulder. Broke this neckline, but got it above. So like I said, this is our line in the sand. This 35 area we need to hold. After this big run up, if we were to pull back on this, that 37 is about that 37, 38 is pretty much about a 50% to 60% pullback here in the Fibonacci as well, which correlates with this year-to-date VWAP low, which is support, 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 support. We got a forward-looking window right here, which then, if we pull back this area, this could be our support level and a launch pad. We get below here, we could be getting some longs trapped under that 36 for continuation down back to that 200-day moving average, which correlates with this VP node right here. And this forward window right here of the gap and candle. So let's wrap this up with, basically, I would actually prefer for this to pull back here, get a bunch of people panicked, right? This 20-day moving average has plenty of time to keep accelerating. As long as we don't get underneath the 36 and hold for a day or two and get right back above, this could be looking for a nice, good opportunity to get back involved. Don't get in the dip. Here's some strength. Pull back right up in here, right? So, that's what we got. We're in the pre-market. We're still holding right here. So we'll see. Maybe this is the pullback today, and then it goes. And then we could get up. We got this window right here. So we get above this 60 area, which gets with a little bit of volume at price. And this VP right here, where this was acting as support. A bunch of people were trying to buy here, now underwater. Hopefully this was helpful.